What up? Today is September 17th, 2011. It is 10:30 in the morning, just got up 30 minutes ago. And today I'm actually going to continue on the tweeter problem. If you guys seen the video before, I'll link it in the apartment underneath me, but basically my Mustang, the driver's side tweeter cuts in and out rapidly, and I posted a video about it, and third gen guy 17 wrote a comment saying that I should look into base blockers. And it's funny, if you watch the video before, I say how a guy at work just suggested that it could be a capacitor that could either be in series or parallel behind the tweeter, and when I opened it up there wasn't any. But I looked up base blockers, and all they are capacitors that are in series with the tweeter that filter out, it helps filter out the low bass. And the theory is that somehow when I put the aftermarket head on my car using the Crutchfield adapters, it's not filtering out the bass to the tweeters. So what happens is, if a tweeter gets too much bass, it causes it to, since the vibration's so slow, it causes it not to produce any sound. So I went to Best Buy and bought these, $5, and I figured it's worth a shot. I still don't know if this is the problem or not, because I had my aftermarket head put in 4 years ago, and this problem just started like 6 months ago. But I figured for $5 it's worth a shot. And I usually don't like Best Buy, but $5 wasn't that bad, even though for the fact that these are only two capacitors, that's probably kind of a rip-off. But I went ahead and bought these because they're packaged, they're all heat sink, they have heat shrink around them, so they're packaged to just be stuffed behind the tweeter. But interesting note, I saw these online for $5 at Best Buy. Go there, and the guy, they don't have any. All the racks are empty. And the guy goes, "Oh, I'll go in the back and get some." So he goes in the back, comes back out, and he gives me a package. Looks just about the same. I wouldn't have noticed otherwise, but he says they're $10. I'm like, well, hold on. You have them for $5 on your website. And I went and I took my phone out, went to the Best Buy website, and found the ones for $5. And he said, well, that's a different model. He said, hold on. And he went and called up I guess they have an audio car installer there in the store. Called him up, and then he goes, while he's on the phone, he asked me, do you happen to know what size speakers you're putting them on? And I said 4 tweeters. And he said, okay, you're right, they are $5. So I went to the car place, picked these up, and gave them to me. It's $5. So just watch out for Best Buy. I don't like Best Buy because they seem like they mark up a lot of stuff. I mean, if you get big items, they're usually the same price, or maybe they have deals. Like when I was there, I looked at the GoPros. The GoPros weren't marked up, but a lot of their little stuff are marked up. But for $5, I figured, what the heck, I'll go and install them. So here we go. Okay, I just removed the tweeter. And on a side note, it smells like something's burning out here. I don't know if they have a wildfire or what. I don't see any smoke. I just smell a burning smell. But third gen guy 17 says that the positive terminal is the bigger one. And I'll put a link to his channel in the comments. I mean, not the comments, but in the description. So I got some connectors with me. Hopefully I got the right size that I can just put connectors in and have it connected in, so it's not permanent, so I don't have to splice anything. And luckily the connectors I have are the right size, so that's cool. So that's what it looks like. I left all the length of the capacitor leads on there because you never know if I'm ever going to rip these out and use them for something else. It's a non-polarized capacitor, and you just put it in series with the positive lead. And I might electrical tape this since it's going to be shoved back in there. But it's removable if it doesn't work. And they say you want to put it as close to the tweeter as possible. You know, obviously I could have gotten it closer, but I'm not a car audio expert, but I don't think this length's going to affect it that much. So I'll stuff it back in there and do it on the other side. Okay, here's the passenger side. And I did the same thing on the driver's side. I added electrical tape on this lead here because it had some metal exposed, and since I'm just stuffing this one back in the back of the box, I don't want it to short across these contacts. Okay, so it's installed and now we just had to test it out. I don't have anything planned to do except go to work at 2:30, but I think it's 11 o'clock. I think I want to go to McDonald's. I'll go through the drive-thru, pick up some lunch, and I'll bring my iPod, play it off my iPod, because I've noticed that it does happen a lot more when I'm playing off my iPod. And that's it, that fixed it. Okay, so have the radio playing. So far so good. And let me put it to iPod. So far so good. We'll have to see if it continues. Nope, it didn't work. About probably 3 minutes into my car ride, they started cutting out, and then, you know, same old thing. So I'm gonna eat my 2 McChickens, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is something I should have been the first thing I did, is I'm gonna pull the head out and reseat all the connections. And you know, it's worth a shot. I figured $5 worth a shot, and that wasn't the problem. So I'll reseat the connections, which I don't think is a problem, but you know, it's always a good place to start. And the car still runs fine, so I guess that's the most important part. Okay, so I got the tool to remove the head, and I'm gonna pull the head out now. Well, that didn't work out. The original box for the Alpine I left back in Maryland, and when my dad came down from vacation, I asked him if he could go in the box and give me the key to remove the head. So he came back with these keys. Now at first he's like, oh, because my dad owns an auto shop, he bought a whole set to remove a whole bunch of different heads, and he goes, oh, I'll just give you the keys out of my set. And I'm like, no, don't break up your set, just go in that box and you'll find the keys. And he gave me 2 of these, but these aren't long enough. I kept on sticking it in, and it wasn't you know, catching. And then I finally went online and looked at what the keys for the Alpine units are supposed to look like, and they're a lot longer than this. So I'm gonna have to call him and see where he got this key, and get the right keys to remove that head. But so we're back to square one now. The base blockers didn't work out, but you know, at least it was something. It was worth a shot, and at least I, you know, eliminated part of the problem. I still don't know what is causing it to cut out. Maybe the tweeter just went bad, and it's just intermittently cutting out. Maybe I should just see if I can go and buy a replacement tweeter used and stick in there. But if you have any suggestions, just leave it in the comments. Once again, thanks to 3rd Gen Guy for this, 3rd Gen Guy 17 for this suggestion. You know, it was worth a shot, and now I know that's not part of the problem. So see you next time.